What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we have to talk about Lorcana at GenCon. I'm sorry, we have to talk about it. Before we get to that, though, I do just want to point out, I am hyped for Lorcana. I am hyped for Lorcana in a way I haven't been hyped for a card game since One Piece came out. I think Lorcana is going to be amazing. I am all in on Lorcana. I have been covering it with gusto literally since the day it was first announced. And it is kind of two negative-ish videos in a row that we've had to talk about because that is the news and that's what we cover. We cover the news. But I just want to get it on the record right now. I am hyped for Lorcana. I think it's going to be a great game. I've been covering it since the day it was revealed, and I intend to keep covering it for a very long time yet. I love Lorcana. Lorcana is awesome. But there has been a bit of an issue with what has been going on over at GenCon, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. Sorry about that. You see, over at GenCon, there are a whole bunch of Lorcana events going on. And these are events that a lot of people are getting very excited about. I can't go to GenCon, as previously mentioned. By the time GenCon happens, I will already be in Japan for the Pokemon World Championships, which I'm very excited about. I don't mind missing GenCon for Pokemon Worlds, but oh my word, I would love to be at GenCon this year, and Lorcana's one of the main reasons. And there are a bunch of things going on. They've got some Learn to Play demos where you rock up and pay $20. You get yourself a starter deck and learn to play, and life is good. We've got the starter deck challenge where you rock up, pay $20, and actually enter a tournament with a starter deck. Interestingly enough, I should mention, it is a random starter deck. Bearing in mind, starter decks do have a random booster pack in, one booster pack. So your booster pack in these starter deck challenges could actually be absolutely crucial for helping you to, make a change or two to your starter deck to give you a little bit of an edge. And then there's casual play. And the thing is, there were a bunch of slots, especially for the starter deck challenge, because the thing is, the starter deck challenge, if you do well enough, can qualify you for a tournament on the Sunday with prizes. Don't know exactly what the prizes are, I'm afraid, but there is something. There is something going on, and it looks awesome. So what GenCon did is what we would expect them, or what Lorcana did at GenCon, I should say, is they went and did their thing. They went and put up all of these tournaments, and they sold out very, very quickly, as you would expect, because the hype for Lorcana is huge. The thing is, they didn't limit it to one tournament per person. And they never announced in advance that the tournaments were going to be limited to one per person. And they let people book multiples. After letting people book multiples, they then turned around and started cancelling so everybody could have one. Which is not ideal, I think it's fair to say. Here's what they said. Ravensburger's intentions with Disney Lorcana events at GenCon 2023 were meant to maximise the number of attendees who will be able to play and participate during the convention. As noted in the message to registered players that you should have received via email after signing up, we regret that no player substitution is allowed, identification will be required to participate, only one entry per person is allowed. The problem is, as they say there, this was sent to players via email after signing up. Some attendees were able to secure multiple tickets to different sessions, but did not remove those from carts before checking out when event registration opened on May the 21st, and currently have more than one ticket under their own name in their schedule. GenCon will begin refunding these duplicate registrations to the original method of payment on June the 5th. Affected accounts will be left with a single ticket for a time chosen at GenCon's discretion. Or if you have duplicate tickets, you can return them yourself for system credit from the My Transaction page. This system credit can be used to purchase badges or tickets for GenCon this year or any future show. If you would like a refund, blah 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 blah. Important, if you would like to select which ticket you retain, you must refund the tickets yourself, or email us to refund them before June the 5th, or they will be refunded at GenCon's discretion and you'll be left with a single ticket. Each attendee will only be permitted to play in a single session of Learn to Play and Start Deck Challenge events. Attempts to play again later may be denied entry, and tickets can only be returned for a refund up to 30 minutes prior to the scheduled start time. Now, at this stage I need to say something extremely clearly. I was not able to play at GenCon for previously mentioned reasons, so I did not sign up. I don't know how clearly it was communicated to players that they were only allowed to play in one. According to the email sent out, after you signed up, they sent an email, and then when event registration opened on May the 21st, it went, that's where people got too many. I've heard from a bunch of people they were basically unaware of this, and they feel like it wasn't communicated well enough. Again, I'm sharing concerns I've heard from other people. This is not a personal story. I'm not going to GenCon, but a bunch of people have got in touch with me about this, so this is why we're covering it here. Now, when I first heard about this, I was kind of delighted. I thought this was wonderful. Because you see, as previously mentioned at the start of the video, I am a huge fan of Lorcana. I want Lorcana to be successful, and I'm going to try in my own small way to help. Making videos about Lorcana and bringing some attention to it, letting people know about it. I've already had a bunch of people message me saying they found Lorcana because of my videos. Hopefully that can continue in the future. I like Lorcana. I am in on Lorcana. And I saw this and I went, that's brilliant. Because now, a bunch of people that had duplicate tickets are now down to one. This opens up more tickets, which are then going to be available. So basically, this just allows more people to play Lorcana, and this is a wonderful thing, and I am delighted. And when my friends messaged me to tell me this, I told them exactly that. I said, this is brilliant. I love that they're doing this because they are making it available for so many more people. More people can learn and enjoy the game. And look, if you like Lorcana and you want Lorcana to be successful, you want the most people playing, the most people having access. Like me, you want people to be joining in. And I still believe that. But then my friends pointed out to me why they were so frustrated. And I get it. Because you see, GenCon is not a Lorcana convention. GenCon is a big tabletop convention. And every card game has events at GenCon. One Piece has events at GenCon. A lot of card games have events at GenCon. And people have to make decisions about what to sign up for and what to miss. And the problem is that people who have signed up for multiple Lorcana events have given up the opportunity to sign up for other card games. And what a bunch of people are finding out right now is that they basically have been left in a situation where their Lorcana events are being refunded, but the tournaments they would otherwise have gone to are sold out because they've missed their slot because it's too close to GenCon. And that is why people are frustrated, and I honestly get that. Because I've been to these kind of conventions before. I go to UK Games Expo every year. I know what an absolute pain it is trying to manage your time to fit in the most amount of fun. And this is the problem people are having. What I'm being told by people is that they were not made sufficiently aware that they were only allowed to sign up for one, and they were refunded late enough that they've now missed out the opportunity to sign up for other stuff. They've also been told that they don't really know when these extra... I don't think it's been announced when they're actually being made available. Like, there's going to be a whole bunch of refunded tickets. So that means that Lorcana events at GenCon are about to have a whole bunch of extra capacity. But as it stands at the moment, there's been no... I mean, looking on their Twitter, I'm not seeing an announcement. And you would like to think that that would be one of the main places they would put it. I'm not seeing an announcement on their Twitter for when these tickets are going to go up. So even now, the people that are gaining access to this because the tickets have been refunded, which, as I've said, is a good thing, we don't actually know when these are going to be made available. And that's a little bit of a problem. And I think it's really important to bear in mind, this is a problem that has been made because of the hype for Lorcana. Yes, I do think it could have been managed differently in terms of actually having a limit to 1 ticket per email and having a really clear announcement as you go to check out that it's 1 per person, you can't use alternate emails, etc. But I do think it's important to bear in mind that at its heart, this is a good problem. The bad problems are when nobody plays card games, because that's when card games die. And in the time that I've been making this channel, we've seen Star Wars Destiny go by the wayside. We've seen Transformers go by the wayside. I have made videos about multiple dead games. Games that I enjoyed playing that are now gone. I don't like the fact that some people signed up for tournaments and have been refunded and they're being, left out of things they thought they had tickets for, but it's too late to order other stuff. I get that. But I'm also well aware that this is, at its core, a good problem to have because it tells you how excited people are for this game. And that's a good thing. I don't like that a bunch of people have missed out tickets for Lorcana. I don't like that people didn't seem aware that they were only allowed to play in one. Although, again, I'd need to stress this. I don't know exactly how well it was communicated because I was not going through the process myself, and that's how you really find out how well it was. I don't like the fact that people are missing out on other things because it's now too late to sign up for them. But I do think, at its core, the fact that this game is so gosh darn popular that it's causing these kind of problems, this is going to pay off dividends in the long run with a better, healthier game, as long as that other thing resolves. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you've been affected. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at LeWasi. That's where we talk about Lorcana and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.